Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Hope everyone had a great week. Hope everyone's having an even better Saturday. Beautiful day outside, a little warm, right? But again, we are grateful to be here to be able to enjoy the warmth. Whether it's raining, whether it's snowing, whether it's hot outside, we're just blessed to be here, right? So again, thank you guys for those who have been subscribed to the channel. Truly appreciate you guys. Man, just thank you. We're here to spread good content to everyone, no matter what you believe in, whatever. We appreciate you guys. Again, like to the new subscriber, Diagnosed Ire. Thank you for subscribing to the channel. Truly appreciate you. Thank you for so much for subscribing to the channel. For those who subscribe, please hit the like button. Please hit the bell. So whenever we upload, you guys will get it first, knowing that we uploaded on the channel. Right? Thank you guys. Just appreciate you guys. Well, shout out to the angels. Shout out to our angels, Marky Mark, Brother Timmy, Brother Noah, Sister V, Sister Alexandra, Brother Donnie, Brother Jazier, Brother Cairo, Brother Ethan, Nephew Sean, Brother Elijah, Brother Corey, and Brother Quadri. Thank you guys. Shout out to the angels and angels' parents. Right? Brother Granger, thank you, brother. I know you're in this with me. I truly appreciate you, brother. For all those that hit me off, man, like the Kenny Brunson's constantly, man. Jimmy Dart, constantly. Tom Staso, Donnie Cap, constantly. Thank you, gentlemen. Truly appreciate you guys. From ladies, everyone from Sister Sanchez, everyone from Sister Major, everyone from Sister Martinez. Thank you guys for subscribing to the channel. Thank you for watching the channel. Sister Dawn, thank you for watching the channel. Today we're doing triceps. We started earlier already. Just want to hit you guys off a little bit. Then just come here and have deep, concrete, mature discussions, right? That's what we call CMD, right? CMD also stands for Camden, but also concrete, mature discussions that we have here on the channel, right? Everything is about being positive, right? Being positive, positive vibes, nothing negative, right? We don't need negatives. There's enough negativity in the world already today, right? Just like the other day with the submarine going underneath the water, never come back up. Couldn't imagine even doing that anyway. First, we wouldn't have the money to do that anyway, right? I know I wouldn't waste $250,000 on that. So, just bless them. Just pray for those families that lost their loved ones. It's really sad, that all that money couldn't save their lives, couldn't even find them, and that's what's sad about it, right? Again, shout out to Deion Sanders, who had his blood clot procedure. Hopefully, it was successful. Haven't heard too much on it. I guess we'll hear more Monday on it, but God bless him. God take that pain from him. He's having to do that, and bless him. Again, today we are doing some triceps. We're gonna hit the start off real quick. Just some close grips. What we're doing, staying thick. We do cardio. We do our cardio. Make sure we stay on top of our cardio, guys. Make sure we stretch, right? So we're not activating that sciatic nerve. So that sciatic nerve ain't acting up on us, right? We want to make sure that we just stay consistent with our diet, consistent with our training, right? As we know, we are getting older, right? And we want to make sure we stay consistent with what we do, right? Make sure we get in the weights, right? Make sure we do our cardio, right? We do our cardio. Make sure we do that, right? Make sure that we be constant with our diet. Make sure we get our beet smoothies in, right? Again, today, our beets, our blueberries, our spinach, our protein powder, our peanut butter, our diet cranberry juice, and our blender for our smoothie. That's what we do. In the morning for breakfast, hit it again midday or before whenever 3 hours before you're about to train. Hit it again. So when we do start training, the nitric oxide, the nitrates are turned into nitric oxide, and it's opening up our blood vessels to help. Right? What the nitric oxide does, it opens up the blood vessels so it can come and stops our high blood pressure. Right? So our blood vessels are not being constricted. Key thing is what we always say is that blood flow. Blood flow is so important to us, guys, and we learn as we get older how important that is. Right? How important nitric oxide is. One of the big secrets that people have been keeping from us for years that we knew nothing about. But now we know about it. It's now time for us to take advantage of it, right? So that's why we do smooth with the beets and the kale, the nitrates, and the cucumbers, right, and the spinach. All this stuff is good nitric oxide to turn nitric oxide. Brussels sprouts. I know a lot of people don't like Brussels sprouts, but Brussels sprouts, if you cook them well, take that bitter taste from me. It's great. But you got to cook them, right? You got to hook them up to where it tastes good for you. Same with the beets. Everybody don't eat beets, right? But again, we hook them up, put them in our smoothies with our bananas and stuff, and you don't need taste the beets. So it's always a way to work around everything, right? Let's get the setting. We're talking about, I know people talking about relationships today, right? Relationships. If you've been in a relationship, if you've been in a relationship for a minute with someone, or even if you start a relationship, starting out in a relationship, you're not ever going to change that person. That person's going to be who they are. You have to realize if a person's going to change, they're going to change on their own. It's not up to us to change them. They have to want to change. Whether they have addictive behavior, whether it's smoking, whether it's drinking, whether it's chasing something, whatever they're chasing, they have to want to change. They're not going to change because you want to change. They have to want to change on their own. If you have to ask a person to do something, he or she is not the one. If you got to ask that person to do something for you, beg them, hey, honey, make love to me, whatever. If you got to beg that person, ask that person to do something, that person's not the one. Hopefully you have not been in a relationship with that person long to where that you wasted many years hoping someone's going to change. They're not going to change. If you're dealing with a person who don't have a it's not googly eye over you by now, they never will. So if you've been in a relationship, to start that relationship, burn it down to the ground, leave it alone. But they're not going to change. If you have to ask a person to have a physical relationship with you, that person's not the one for you. You're not going to make them change. If your significant other is not bragging about you and boosting you up every time you're around their friends and family, whatever, that person don't really love you. They're in there just because they're in there. They're in too deep right now, right? If a person does not if a man or woman does not big you up around their family, if they hide around their family around you, or they on the phone hiding, that like they're not talking to you, that person is not the one for you. That person's not the one. Hopefully you haven't been in for 20 some years and then pretty much stuck. I guess you guys can become roommates, right? Because that person's not for you. If that person don't stick up for you in front of their family, that person's not for you. If that person's not saying that you the one, that person's not googly eyed for you, that person's not the one. That person's not going to change. That's who they are. So all the new ones starting out in relationships, if you have a person, a young man or young woman that's not crazy about you, and they're not showing that they're crazy about you, as they say, action speaks louder than words. Action goes, people can talk, but action speaks everything. If you have to ask a person to be physical with you, he or she is not the one. If they're making all kind of excuses and forgetting, they're not the one. But you have to realize that. See, we think a lot of times that people are going to change, and it's going to get better. The person showing you who they are, believe me, that's who they are. If a person's showing you who they are, that's who they are. If a person, anytime you're walking that one person don't light up, that person, he or she is not for you. If you got to beg a person to be physical with you, that person's not for you. If that person's not sticking up for you around their family and whatever else, saying that you're the best thing since sliced bread, you're not the one. So hopefully, the person has been in a relationship for 20-some years, and this happens to them. So a lot of times people get caught up in having kids and stuff like that, and they don't want to mess things up. So if you're just starting out in a relationship, and that man or woman is not showing you the best they can show you, not I ain't talking about with gifts and stuff like that. I'm talking about just some true emotions, right? Showing you that they love you, showing that they care about you, showing that showing you that they are your ride or die. See, a lot of times you find out who a person is when stuff happens. A person lose their job, whatever. A person gonna show you who they are. They're either gonna be the ride or die, your ride or die, or they can complain about working, having to pick up the load. See, that's what we talk about teamwork, right? As when we're young, we play sports. No matter if you come out good or not, at least you learn about that teamwork, right? When someone loves each other, no matter what, they're gonna pick them up with teamwork. It's all about teamwork. Person been carrying a person for years. Now something happens, then it's your turn to carry. That's called that ride or die, man or woman, right? That's what's all about. That ride or die chick, that ride or die man. That's what it's all about. No matter what happens, they're gonna be there, and not complain about it. So again, a person gonna show you who they are. A person not gonna change. That's who they are. So a person doesn't show you who they are, and a person showing you in the first year or two that you gotta ask them to be physical with you, and you gotta beg them and all that kind of stuff like that, or they don't come home, they doing what they're doing, and they got these bad habits. That's who they are. So run, Forrest, run. Don't get caught up in that. If a person show you who they are, whether good or bad, if it's bad, you just have to eat that once. You know what? Got me this time. You got me. And you move on. Don't wait till you get 20 years into a relationship and realize that, man, this person ain't changing. This is who they are. If you're dealing with someone who don't like to be physical, you know that's the person not for you. If a dude hates his mama, leave that dude alone. If a woman hates her father, leave her alone. Don't bring that into your relationship, because a lot of issues going on there, and they can't help it because probably things that they've seen in their life, right? So we gotta be careful and just be cognitive, right? But hey, you know what? I've seen this before. You can still be friends. Might even don't even be friends because somebody's gonna get caught up in their feelings. So a person's gonna show you who they are. A lot of times we see it, and people don't want to realize it. People don't want to face it till it's too late, right? A lot of people got hiding in closets. They got stuff going on, got all these bones and skeletons in the closet. They don't want to bring it out. But most times it's going to come out. You're going to find out who they are. But hopefully you see it sooner than later. Because by the time you see it too late, it's too late. And then you're stuck with everything else. Houses, cars, kids, and everything else going on, right? So make sure that, hey, you read that person. You make sure that they're going to show you who they are. Especially if that person don't want to be physical with you, or that person you got to beg a person to be physical, and blah, 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 they just doing it because they're doing it. Fine, you got to get rid of that man or that woman. If they're that way. Something different, you get older, people get older, things happen, get older, right? Life. But if you're young, and that person, you got to beg that person to be physical with you, that person's not the one. Don't go through that. No matter how nice they are. But if they don't have that same connection that you have for them in that way, you gotta leave them alone. Because it's not gonna work. Because you're gonna start drifting and thinking, what if? How about that other person? How about the other dude? How about the other girl? That's how the mind's gonna go. So pray on it. Check that person out. You're gonna read it. You'll see it for yourself. That man and woman will show you who they are. A lot of times people put blinders on. They don't want to see it because they've been in so long in the relationship. They don't want to start over or lose what they have, right? And we get it. But if you can't catch it early, gotta catch it early. They're gonna show you who they are. Again, if a woman have a problem with her father, you leave her alone. If a man has a problem with his mom, ladies, you leave him alone. If your significant other is loving their parents more than they're loving you, leave them alone. A lot of times it's time to cut them loose. Always have respect for your parents. Always. But if you marry someone, you're married to that person and your family. Always keep a relationship with your family, with your loved ones, right? Parents, whoever. But when a person put a parent before their marriage will never end well. So this you learn this as you get older, right? Lesson learned. You're about to be 60. You learn this stuff through life, right? A lot of times people don't want to see it, but it's out there, right? And you gotta just be realistic with yourself. Be true to yourself, right? If you're true to yourself, I believe a lot of times, a lot of this mess won't happen. But you gotta be true to yourself. I mean, you have to be realistic. So, you know what? If this person doesn't feel that type of, if you don't feel the same way about me emotionally and physical, I don't care how much money that person makes, or how fine he is, or how good she looks. That's not a good relationship, because you have to have that emotions, right? You have to have that physicalness. You have to have it. It's part of the whole body, right? Part of living, right? But they don't have that. No matter what happened in their life, maybe something happened in their life to where they can't have that emotion for you, whatever. Excuse yourself, and you move on, right? Again, this was our relationship part of the show today. We're talking about that because it's important. We see a lot of young people, even older couples, they're running into this problem because they are afraid to let it go. They always think that they're going to change a person. The person's going to show you who they are. You know, you got some guys that, you know, much as you might want them to be men, they're not men, meaning they're not cowards, right? Some guys are cowards. Sometimes the woman is more man than they are, right? So sometimes it's about from the upbringing, how they were brought up, whether they thought they was entitled to everything and weren't aggressive, right? And being a man and stepping up and do different things. Some guys are just built that way. Some guys are just cowards. But you see the signs growing up. I ain't talking about someone that likes the same thing. I'm talking about cowards, afraid to engage when somebody's checking your girl and you're afraid to say something to a person. That's a coward. That's what we're talking about, right? If someone's checking your girl, and you sitting there, a dude checking your girl, you sitting there letting the dude check your girl, you ain't saying nothing to something about, that's a coward. And I believe that woman should sit there and leave that dude right then and there. Man, what's going down? You can't let no man check your girl. No way in the world. I wouldn't care if he beat you down 10 times. She would respect you more. You sit there and you sit there and you looked out for her. You can't sit there and say, "Oh, what'd you say to him?" No, man, no. Whether she's right or wrong, you gotta check that dude, right? Whether you're right or wrong, you gotta check that guy for disrespecting your girl and disrespecting you. No matter if you get your butt whooped or not, you gotta check that dude. Real simple. Ain't nothing hard about this. So some guys are just that way. Some guys are just cowards. They'll sit there and let you take the butt whooping before he take it, but he'll run on you. I just always tell guys that work with me, and I always just tell them when they first started, hey, if you run on me, you better hope they kill me, because we're going to have problems, right? So you got to know who you're dealing with. Some men have never been punched in the face before. They haven't. So they don't know how they would react if someone's checking them or because they never been punched in the face before. Some are crying, some are fighting. So which one are you? If you get punched in the face, which one are you? Are you going to run, or are you going to fight? If you're working with me, you better fight. Real simple. But that has to be in you. That has to be brought. That has to be instilled in you. It has to be something that's in you, right? And my mom's house, you couldn't come home talking like you ran from a fight. She was gonna beat you down. So I'd rather deal with the people in the street than deal with my mother. So that's what that was that motivation, right? Something has to motivate you. Can't if you're in a relationship, number one, you both have to be emotionally yoked with each other, right? That's number one. Number two, you have to be willing. That dude has to be willing to take a whooping, a butt whooping for his girl. Can't sit there and let no dude check you or check your girl. You gotta step in and take care of your business as a man. And whatever she did, whatever he did, you worry about later. Your team, ride or die together, right? That what makes you closer, right? That makes you closer. We ain't looking for no trouble, but we ain't running from no trouble either, right? So everything works together, right? Again, if your significant other, whether it's male or female, if you gotta beg that person to be physical with you, or hope that person be physical with you, that person is not the person for you. Real simple. If you gotta ask that man to do different things, he's not the man for you. You gotta ask that woman, she's not the woman for you. And then you might you guys just on different levels, right? You might love each other, but you don't have that emotional connection with each other, right? That physical connection with each other, which is so important in a relationship. That's important. Spiritual, right? Emotional. That's the physical. That's important. So if you don't have one of them in there, it's gonna be a problem. But you have to find out ahead of time. Don't wait till you get 20 years. But you've seen the problem already. But you just say, no, it's gonna get better. That person's gonna change. It's gonna get better. That person never changes because that's who they are. You can't change a person for who they are. That's who they are. No matter how bad or how much we love that person, how much we want that person to change. Maybe it's not their fault. Maybe some people have mental issues, right? And never address the mental issues, right? But that's okay. Catch it before it gets too late, right? Don't wait till you get 20 years in and say, I should have been said something about this. Too late now. You got to eat it. That's why I'm gonna be having this session today, right? Young people, catch it ahead of time. If you see signs, they're showing you who they are. If you see signs, they are showing you who they are. Recognize the signs, receive them, do what you gotta do. Don't waste your time on this. So you can still love each other, but don't waste your life. 20 years or how many years you lose because you think you can change that person. You're not going to change a person, that's who they are. If they don't have that physical connection with you, they're not for you. Real simple. No matter how fine they are, no matter how much money they make, it still ain't gonna have that same. You need that glue, right? That's glue to keep it together. So if you don't have no physical attractiveness to each other, it's a problem. If that person ain't ready to tear your clothes off, it's a problem. You'll know the signs. He or she, y'all guys will know the signs. But don't put the blinders on to where you don't see the signs, right? You think it's gonna get better. They're gonna get better. They're not. The person is putting their family before you, especially if you ain't no knucklehead, you know what you're supposed to do, it's a problem. Love your family, but your family comes first, right? Your family comes first. Let's get another set in. I'll let you guys go. Like I said, we started already. We started the training already. We're trying to cut these sessions down so we're not boring you guys too much. A whole hour on the session, right? But just want to get a little word to the wise today about relationships, right? Keep your eyes open. Be mindful, right? Don't think that you can change a person. You can't change a person. That's who they are. Now, you can deal with that. If you want to deal with that, that's on you. Don't complain about it later, right? So, if you see that person, that's who they are, that's who they are. You're going to see signs. You're going to see signs. You'll see, but I think they might, yeah, you're right. You're right. They're showing you signs. But it's up to you to receive it. Then you got to deal with it, right? Angel, stand up. CMD, stand up. CMD. Stand up, Camden. Stand up. if a person thinks being physical with you is obscene, is terrible, nasty, let them go. That person not for you. But you guys not on the same level. And you have to be there with each other. If you're not there with each other, it's not gonna work. No matter how much they try to hide it, the person can go back to either gonna go out there, they're gonna be outside on you, or they're gonna be miserable the whole time. So to avoid all that, leave each other alone. Real simple. Real simple. Person gonna show you who they are. Don't ignore the signs. Be real with yourself. A lot of times when people try to avoid it, they act like they don't see it. They put a mask on it, and you ain't doing nothing but make it worse. You get more miserable. And the other person thinks it's okay, but you know it's not okay. So remember, key thing: person show you who they are. That's what they're showing you who they are. You're not going to change them. Don't try to change a person. You're not. See, a lot of people get in a relationship with people that, well, you know, hey, this guy gonna stop. He gonna stop putting hands on me. He might, but most of the time they don't, because there's whatever's deep down inside their background and what they've been hiding. That's who they are. The person not sexually attracted to you, they ain't gonna change. That's who they are. So you gotta find that one who is attracted to you in that way, in a physical way, as well as emotional and spiritual, right? That all goes together. But the main thing, most of the time, you might have two different religions in the house. All right, but you guys know, you still know there's a God. So whether you believe in or this person or that person, right? Whatever, right? But if you guys don't have connection, that physical connection, I don't care who you are. That ain't gonna work. If that person ain't feeling you that way, if they ain't feeling you that way, they can go months or years without doing something. That relation is not for you. No matter how fine they are, no matter how much good person they are, that person is not for you. Take the L and move on. Again, thank you for shouting me out. Thank you for subscribing to the channel. CMD stand up. CMD stand up. Anyone needs any type of bodyguard, security, holler at your boy. CMD72@gmail.com. That's CMD72@gmail.com. Need any type of security, any type of you want to protect you, hit me off. CMD72@gmail.com. That's CMD72@gmail.com. Thank you guys for the love. I appreciate you guys. Again, thank you to all the ones who thank you to Winky. Thank you for Jimmy Dark. Thank you for Kenny Brunson. Thank you, Kenny. Always, brother. Appreciate you. Thank you to Shirley Martinez, excuse me. Shirley Martinez, thank you. Sister Major, thank you. Sister Sanchez, thank you. Sister Iris, thank you. We appreciate you guys for watching the channel, bigging me up. Dawn, thank you, Dawn, for the love. Appreciate you guys. Thank you to my brother, Rennie, Robert, Jr. Thank you guys. Appreciate it. Thanks for the love, guys. Again, see you guys on the channel tomorrow. One love. Be safe. Peace. One. Hey, Jay. What's up, Jay?